Alright folks, welcome to this video. In this episode I've come to the beautiful Glen Esk, and Loch Lee is up this way. Over here to this side is like the Loch Lee Kirk. So we're basically out here for a countryside walk. See this point on the path folks, there's 3 different directions you can go, or 4. Queenswell 2 miles, Mount Keene 5 miles, public footpath to Ballater, and also a public footpath to Milton of Clover. So like, you can pretty much walk anywhere over all these glens. The wind's gusting through here today, like, but yeah, it's cool to see like all those paths still to be explored, folks. There's probably a lot of ancient historical wonders all over the countryside here. Like, look at this. This is like a bit of a gauging station for the dam, which is up at Loch Lee. I think down here they monitor the river, and then I think, I don't know, they must have a sluice gate of some sort up at the top so they can relieve some of the water. Look at it here folks, the water's brown and peaty. Yeah, so sometimes when I come here in the summer, the water's not running through all of these. But today it is, so there must be a lot of water coming over that overflow. There's been heavy rains past wee while, like every day. So we've been lucky to come out today and make a video, folks. So this magnificent old structure here is Invermark Castle, and it is incredible. The way the sky's lit up behind it with the sunshine, it's like the old stonework. The history to a castle like this will just be incredible. Maybe at one time if you'd been walking about, there would have been arrows fleeing out of an upstairs windy. What a building. It's pretty much empty inside, it's just the walls. And I think it looks like there's some scaffolding inside it. But yeah, it's an incredible building. I think I'll get a picture from this angle. So I was just taking a couple of photos and I was imagining the history. And at one time, this must have been designed for defensive purposes. The main door is way up there. They must have thrown down the ladder. There's some other interesting holes in the wall. I'm not sure like what mechanisms they had for their ladder. There's other like metal barred windows up there which is like bricked up. It's really interesting. Look at these massive windows up here. The castle's just incredible, folks. Anyway, on with the mission. This is an incredible walk on the way up to Loch Lee here. This meandering river to my left here is actually the overflow from the dam. There is quite a strong breeze coming round this corner, but again, this is a whole mountainscape in front of us. The wind will be coming right in the top of the valley and right down here. But the scenery is just absolutely incredible. These old stone dikes here will be ancient. Dry stone dikes, folks. Oh, I can see some lambs at the other side of the river. That's so cool. Boy on the quad there looks like he's about to do a bit of fencing. Shout out to you if you're watching this video. I can't believe this little lamb over here, it's so cute. They're just like wee puppies or something when they're like that. This is pure bog area in front of us here. That's the most water that I've ever seen flowing down this overflow when I've been up. So last time I came up this glen there was actually horse fields here to the left. So I'm thinking we can go over and have a little look at the dam here. Since there's no fence it'll be easy enough just to go for a stroll across here. I wasn't wanting to go into any thick heather or anything today because actually there's a lot of ticks on the go now. So you have to be super careful up these glens. I often talk about adders and stuff when I'm on adventures, but like literally like ticks is one thing as well you have to be so careful for. But look at this landscape around me here, folks. Wow. These mountains are just incredible with the sun shining on them. And the whole Loch Lee's over this side here. I've not had a proper look at this dam for so long. Years. I can't even remember how it looks. So this is a cool wee adventure, folks. It's cool just to explore some bits of the countryside and see what they did, because it's impressive that they build a dam to this scale, flooding a valley like this. I think like there was probably a small area of water here, or it would have been super boggy, and then they would have dammed this end and then the water would have gotten even deeper. Wow, look at this place, folks, it's just incredible. This will all be Scottish water, this place here. I'm not going to go beyond the high fence here, I'm just going to have a wee look round the end. Because we're respectful in this channel, folks. We're just going to get a decent look at the dam wall here. Because like I say, I've never seen that much water flowing down there. So many different types of birds and wildlife and stuff around here. Just incredible. Whoa, this is cool. It's so cool to see a different dam up close. Every dam you go to is totally different. And then look at this one. Oh, there's little bits of it like been washed out. Oh, I can see like right now we're below the level of the loch. There's a lot of water flowing through here. And like that dam wall's so long, it goes all the way along there. That's so cool. There's been a lot of cement and stuff used at that side to block it and direct it down this way. And then this must be their overflow. I'm not sure if they've got a sluice mechanism somewhere here so they can control. But I would say like right now, it's probably flat out. Like this is as much water that they could dump it here at once from the looks of it. So it's almost like breaching the wall at the far side there. I love all this cement work and like I love seeing it all, like how they do stuff like that. So much work goes into building a place like this. There's loads of these sort of like wee dams and stuff all over Scotland. But it was cool just to have a wee look at it. Like the wind is just blowing so strong. There's an incredible little waterfall runs off the hill at the far side of this glen. Look at this, all these wee buildings will be for a purpose. Oh, we'll get a better view of the dam. This used to be the horse field last time I came up here, and you couldn't actually see the dam properly. Oh, aye. Oh, so I'm seeing what it is now. This is like the overflow that obviously always runs when the dam's at that height. It's a lot less windy now. I'm at this side of the dam wall here. Look at this. This here is actually the sluice mechanisms. This is so cool. Look at that there. They're like electronically operated, and it looks like ram kind of things. And I'm guessing at the bottom of those rams there must be like sluice gates, and I can actually hear that some of them's running here. Look at that, folks. The water's flowing out of there really fast, and you can actually see here, look, the water's flowing out of that hole in the wall. That's incredible. There's like so much of this sort of stuff in Scotland, like, but I love seeing the way they do all that. The Loch Lee Dam and stuff's pretty cool as well. There's a little bird on top of the fence making such a noise. It flew away once I started like trying to record it, but there's just tons of different wildlife running about. I can see rabbits and everything. But yeah, that was cool getting to see this from a new angle. A whole new adventure, folks. Like, I've never ever seen that kind of sluice mechanism, the way it steps down. I wonder if that's so fish can actually come up the river and swim in. That could be what that's for. Get in the comments if you know more about it. Look, Loch Lee Reservoir, this place is called. Wow. We're just in the middle of like the stunning Scottish landscape right here. Oh, this is such a cool little building. Look, it's got a wee balcony right around it. Doesn't look like the strongest the balcony is like, but it must be. Oh, aye. You can see where the bottom of those sluice mechanisms is. It was as I suspected. I think if they need to dump a massive load of water, they can remotely operate that, and that water will just go out of there quick like. Looks like they've used steel or cast iron around there. And it looks incredible the way the water just goes and then drops off down. All the way around here there's just like birds making constant noises. Hear them? This is real wild Scotland, folks, right here. That's how if the wind's blowing, and that's just the sense of Scotland sometimes, you can't help it. This is the old graveyard round here. So I think sometimes there's like a stream coming down here through the hill, but it looks like it's totally dry. Oh no, I can actually see it now, folks. Look at this, there's a little beach here. We're at the Loch Lee beach. Look at this, folks. Somebody's been balancing stones there. Pretty cool, like, how they've done that. Look at that. Even though it's quite windy here, Ken, I've been up here before and it's been even more windy. Like, we're actually quite lucky that the wind's not gusting any stronger. Here's that little burn here. this side here. This is the ancient abandoned kirk, like the wee Glen church. At one time this is where every local person would have gotten buried before they made the newer Loch Lee church that we saw like at the start of the video at the bottom of the glen. Look at it, some of the ironwork in here is crazy. What a location for an ancient graveyard, folks. Right here in this, it's a picture postcard. And everywhere you look on the landscape, like, it just looks incredible. But look at this old carrick. Think when these walls and stuff were put up, it must have been absolutely ancient times. Again, probably dating back to like 15 or 1600s, maybe even older. Just imagine how many rainstorms and horrible weather conditions like this thing's had to put up with. That's how, like, once it gets abandoned, it just decays straight away. Well, just decays like over the years. The weather's extreme up here. Look at this, the square holes up there must have been where the original roof beams were in. So it must have had two massive timbers, almost like the length of the building. If not, that's what it would have been. Or maybe that was something else. If anyone knows different, get in the comments. Look at these ancient gravestones here. Like the old stone carving and stuff is just like amazing. Look at these. There's not even any names on these three. The crazy thing about this graveyard, folks, is that the waters of Loch Lee come right up to the edge of the graveyard wall. So the graveyard looks out over this. The wall must be doing its job to protect all this land. Wow. Like, there's areas of the graveyard here that's like empty. It's incredible it got abandoned. Like, I'm sure there must be graves somewhere that's like unmarked, because surely there was more people than these few gravestones over the years from this era. Maybe it was only the people who were wealthier that could afford to have gravestones, and that's how there's only a few like this. Or maybe there was just hardly any people up here. Look at this, folks. This is some of the oldest gravestones that I'll ever document on my videos. Like, look at that. It's like crazy old. So this is one of my favourite ones here, folks, if you can have such a thing in a graveyard. The stone carving on it is just incredible. And look at it, it's got these ancient symbols on it. It looks like it says 1733, folks, so that's like the time we're dealing with here. And so that shows that this dates back as early as that, if not before it. So it's ancient history. And then this one's got this cool iron work on it. There's tons of these little ones. I'm not sure if it was like kids or something that got the small gravestones. Back then, people lived shorter lives. Look at this one with these cast iron pieces on them. The design of the metalwork is just incredible. I wonder what's happened to it here. It's like almost a tree must have fallen on it or something. folks, look at this. Sheared the cast iron rick through. Must have been a tree. And we will head on back out of this ancient wonderland. When you visit an ancient site like this, it's almost like you're transported back in time, imagining what it was like. A lot of the land was probably similar. I'm not sure if these big mountains here would have had trees on them or if it would have just been the heather hill. Who knows, folks. So that's been a cool little explore, folks. We've seen some cool little new corners of this glen that we've never seen before. But I'll end this video here. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one very soon.